when you're having fun. Woo. Yeah, okay. We have a lot of catching up to do with you and let you know what we've been up to. It's only 3.5 weeks away to the installation, and when Gary is done here, let's go down that road. Hello, faithful people. I'm Orleen.
I'm Gary, and we're on the roads of faith.
We surely are. Oh boy, you know, I haven't even been recording half the stuff, but we'll try and get you caught up on some things here. First of all, the parsonage. I think we mentioned earlier that there was a lot of work that needed to be done there. Well, in the beginning, before they started the construction type of stuff, you know, the replacing things and fixing things, we had some things we had to purge through. Gary was looking through the books and different papers and things that are church related, just to kind of see if there was anything that needed to be left or kept. So that was a lot, went through just a lot of stuff there. And then the church. I think every church should have someone come in with fresh eyes, because sometimes you get so used to things being a certain way for so long that you just don't really think about it, and that's a very normal thing. That happens in people's homes too. You know, it's just one of those things that sometimes it's good to have an outsider come in and just look at things and see how things are functioning or not. The big change was that they needed to put an office in at the church, which they haven't had before. And so it meant moving a sacristy / storeroom. It was kind of a room that had a lot of things going on in it. And now we moved everything into a smaller room, and we're still organizing that. In fact, we're on our way to help with that today, just to get things more in order. It's a quite a bit smaller room, but it's going to be very functional if we can just get things more in order. So we just need to organize a little better. And the other room where the sacristy is going to be the new pastor's office. They took out some old paneling that was in there, and the cupboards were really old, kind of falling apart. So anyway, that's all out of there now. Yeah, there was a sink in there, so that's all out of there now. And other things that were stored in there are kind of in transition. There's a few things that we're not sure where to go with them yet, but it's kind of like one thing leads to another, to another, to another, and it's like you can't finish this until you get that out of the way. Yeah, you know how it goes. So it's a lot of work. But we have been enjoying working with the people because they have been so willing to do this and so wanting to improve things, and so the attitude is fantastic. One of the other things that we proposed was, because it's in a strip mall, we want it to look more like a church from the outside, and that's a real challenge. So one of the ideas we came up with and presented to the congregation was to put like a window film that looks like stained glass. And it's a window film that you just put on the windows, and it's removable. It's not permanent. So if after a time they don't like it, or they want to put some real stained glass windows in, they could do that. So anyway, that was very well received from everybody in the church, and very well received. So we have yet to do that. We want to have that done by the installation. We have some volunteers already lined up that are willing to help us with that, so that's great. For fun, we haven't really been getting out and doing a whole lot of hiking or anything, or exploring. We decided today that let's just get this stuff done at the church, get it all in order, and then we're going to stick around for a little while after Pastor Hoppy comes, and then we're going to do our exploring. We figured, you know, that way Gary's not working on sermons, he's not working on Bible studies, he doesn't have the Wednesday night services anymore for Lent, so we'll have a lot more free time and time to just kind of get out and explore. One of the places we want to go to, we've heard a lot about, is called Daffodil Hill, and that is going to be really cool. I guess it's just a an amazing place. Yeah.
Hill with daffodils.
A hill with lots of daffodils and tulips and all kinds of spring flowers. We're hoping to get to that yet. And there's something called a glory hole. We'll tell you more about what that is when we get there, but that's another thing we're going to go see. And we still have yet to get over to San Francisco. We've heard about Muir Woods. We want to get into Napa Valley. I may have mentioned this before, I don't remember, but if you have heard a lot about Napa Valley being all burned out this last fall, it's not true. And a lot of the wine producers are a little upset about the media blowing things out of proportion a bit and making it sound like everything was devastated. It was not. And so we are going to go to Napa Valley and check that out. Everything's blooming right now. The almond trees are in bloom, and just a lot of it's very spring-like looking here. It's very pretty. This is February, and it doesn't feel like it. It has been chilly this week. We dipped down into the upper 20s at night. Ooh. That's not really all that bad, but when you live in an RV, it can be a problem. So I'll show you just a second what we did on that to protect the hose coming in for the freshwater tank. So even though we're in sunny California, we had a surprise week of it being pretty cold at night. About, what, in the 20s?
Around 30, yeah.
Week. So Gary has taken one of our old rugs, I see, which I didn't know he'd used. And tell us about what you did here.
Well, obviously, I had your permission.
Obviously, you had my permission to use my rug. Okay.
Yes. And, it was necessary, well, at least I think, keep the water line from freezing. So we would have fresh water overnight and in the morning, and it wouldn't be froze solid. So it worked. We also have some foam on this part of it, and it goes under this strategically placed piece of disposed carpet from the junk pile out back.
Well, that's pretty nice junk.
Might be to it. And then some more insulation to go up into the trailer. And we had running water this morning. Not much about the tanks underneath. They're insulated and everything. And there's virtually nothing in the tube at this point, so we are good.
You emptied the tanks before it happened?
No, they're about half empty, half full.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
So there's something in them, but the cold is only for an hour or two at the most, and that's not enough to freeze them up and break things.
Okay.
So far.
Yeah.
In daytime, we're, 55 to 60 degrees. But,
yeah, it's a cold week here this week. Don't you feel sorry for us? In February.
We're toughing it out.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We had, Mike had the foam, which is great. So, and then the tape. And he had the rug, like Gary said. And then that was our rug. Just to be safe and not have to worry about things freezing up.
Yeah, we have, like Orlean said, we've been enjoying it here in the area, the climate, the church, the people here. It's been great working with the council. As she mentioned, cooperation from everybody has been a real treat. We're able to get a lot of things done. We're looking forward to more things before Pastor Hoppy gets here, but it's down to crunch time, and the important stuff has pretty well been taken care of. We are looking forward to getting out and seeing more of the country, getting back to where we can see the ocean, and spend a little time. No, I don't know. Sorry for the interruption here, but I am driving, and I'm getting really familiar with where we are, but every once in a while, just for the fun of it, I take a wrong turn. It's good practice.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to wrapping things up here and getting back into retirement mode. I don't think it's going to take too long to adjust to that.
No.
But it's going to take a little while to say goodbye to folks.
Yep.
And that's kind of sad, but it's good. And it won't be for that awful long because we'll be coming back again before the end of the year, God willing. And we'll get to see folks once more.
Yeah. We are getting kind of itchy feet to get going again. We have a lot of people we want to see yet. And like Gary said, before the end of the year, because we do plan on coming through here again next fall, which will still be in 2018. So it will go, I mean, if it goes as fast as these last 3 months, oh my gosh, it's been a blur. I can't believe how much we've done, and I have not videotaped because we were so busy. So anyway, we're almost to the church. We've got somebody helping us organize some things in the new sacristy today, and Gary's going to work on his sermon a little bit too while he's there. And so we're just keep on watching. We promise there's going to be some more scenic things coming. God bless.